examines the psychological power of positive thinking. Napoleon Hill examines the importance of thought patterns to success. Successful people of the past combined positive thinking with persistence and education. They surrounded themselves with supportive co-workers. We all fail in our pursuit of life's goals, but those who persist in their efforts succeed. Achievements need detailed planning and attainable goals. Set definite goals and watch how quickly the world gives way to you. The road to success is to know what you want to achieve. Without a definite goal, you cannot begin your path to success. Define your personal goals as precisely as possible. If you want to be rich, you must decide how much money you want to have by a certain age. These goals will help you understand how much investment you need to make to achieve your main goal. Once you have identified your goal and assigned a time to it, you need to create a plan. This plan should include a step-by-step approach to achieving your end goal. Once you have this plan, you need to take action and start right away. These recommendations will help you stay motivated and focused on your next milestone, until you reach your final destination. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. If you follow through on your desires, you will get what you are looking for. However, that doesn't mean you should look for results. For example, if you only want money, you won't get anywhere. Instead, you need to be forced to set effective plans and goals. The following steps will help you plan your path to wealth. Decide how much money you want to make. This needs to be exact, even to the dollar. Decide how much you would like to donate to receive this amount. Choose the date you would like to receive the full amount. Make a detailed plan to achieve this goal and think about what you can do right now. State the above in clear statements. Finally, make sure you read this statement out loud twice a day. Successful people have faith in their abilities. There is a difference between wanting something and being willing to receive it. No one is ready for something until he believes he can achieve it. The attitude of the mind must be one of faith, not merely hope or desire. An open heart is essential to faith. Unwavering faith is a great asset. A person with unwavering faith will do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, because without self-confidence, he cannot succeed. Mahatma Gandhi is an example of the power of faith and self-confidence. Gandhi did not have access to the typical means of power, money and army. Instead, he held fast to his belief that he could lead his country, India, to freedom. This belief enabled him to influence his fellow man and bring about change. We are no different from Gandhi. If we can have unwavering faith in ourselves and our ability to achieve our goals, we can achieve anything. You cannot have faith alongside fear. Faith and fear cannot coexist. So, when we have conquered all fears, we can have unwavering faith, which enriches us. There are 6 subtypes of fear. Fear of poverty embodies apathy, indecision, doubt, worry, excessive caution and procrastination. Fear of criticism represents lack of self-confidence and balance. A person may have feelings of inferiority, low initiative and lack of ambition. They can become overly indulgent. Fear of illness leads to hypochondria, lack of exercise, sensitivity, self-indulgence and self-indulgence. Fear of losing someone's love leads to jealousy, nagging and gambling. Fear of old age slows us down and makes us feel inferior around the age of 40. This is associated with a loss of spontaneity, imagination and independence. The fear of death makes people focus on dying rather than living. They may not have goals and may not be able to find a suitable job. Fear is a state of mind. If you control your state of mind, fear will not control you. Our subconscious can influence our behavior. Unshakable faith is not something we are all born with. However, we can learn to develop this faith over time. Autosuggestion is the most effective way to develop self-confidence. It involves considering specific, targeted thoughts that influence your behavior. Autosuggestion works by feeding your subconscious mind positive goals and thoughts. Because your subconscious mind influences your reality, these positive messages will boost your self-confidence. You will start to accept that you can achieve your goals. Autosuggestion is synonymous with self-suggestion. It is the bridge between the conscious and subconscious. Therefore, you should not only read your important goals out loud, but also associate the words with emotions. When you recite an affirmation, you need to stimulate the desire that consumes you. The subconscious mind will only trigger action if it contains the emotion or thought. Use autosuggestion as often as possible. The more often you use autosuggestion, the more likely you are to succeed. The following steps will help you get rich. Every fear fits into one of these bullet points. Fearful thoughts will not lead to significant financial gains. But you can distract your mind from anxious thoughts. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Repeat your written statement out loud. Then imagine that you have the money. Repeat this action every morning and evening until you have a clear picture of the money you want to earn. Visualize these desires until you have them memorized. Knowledge is power. An educated person is not necessarily one who has a wealth of general or specific knowledge. An educated greater than person is one whose mental faculties are so developed that he is able to obtain everything he wants, or its equivalent, without infringing on the rights of others. Knowledge is one of the most important skills for achieving goals in life. However, we should discard preconceived ideas about the importance of education. Knowledge is not linked to a degree. Henry Ford is an example of someone who had little education but a lot of valuable knowledge. You don't need too many facts to be successful. It's more about having the right experience and knowledge. A combination of experience, knowledge, and strengths will help you grow. Experience is more important, but we must always be willing to learn. It's easy to think that we already know enough. Nevertheless, the most successful people are those who are constantly expanding their knowledge and experience. You can do this by seeking new experiences or going to college. You can attend night courses or get practical experience. You should always surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable and experienced. We want to avoid being the expert or the most knowledgeable person in our circle of friends. Instead, we want to surround ourselves with people who can help us learn new skills and ideas. Imagination will turn your dreams into a reality. The importance of imagination. Every success story begins with an idea. These ideas spawn from people's imaginations, the creative workshops of our minds. We can use this to turn dreams from ideas into reality. Within your imagination is where all plans form. The only limitation you face depends on how much you develop your imagination. There are two types of imagination: synthetic and creative. Types of imagination: creative imagination. This type of imagination helps to generate new ideas. She starts from nothing and produces something unique. Creative imagination can only be achieved if consciousness is stimulated by desire. It is a muscle that needs to be exercised. Synthetic imagination. This type of imagination uses old ideas to create new concepts. For example, Sony used voice recorder technology to create the first Walkman. This is not an invention because it acts on existing mental substances. These two types of imagination complement each other. Ideas are the starting point of all happiness and are the product of the imagination. For example, Coca-Cola founder Asa Candler created the drink from a headache medicine about 140 years ago. Candler took the pharmacist's prescription and made the product a huge success. Indeed, where tangible goods cannot be traded, ideas can. Most fortunes begin when someone with a great idea meets someone who sells ideas. When ideas are combined with desire, they become an unstoppable force. They are more powerful than the minds that created them. So we have to develop a willingness to listen, nurture and see it through to the end. Know your strengths and weaknesses. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses has to do with self-awareness. Once you know your weaknesses, you can address them and make sure they don't get in the way of your goals. The most common themes include vague goals, lack of ambition, procrastination, and lack of determination. Once you know your weaknesses, you can improve your skills or you can compensate for these weaknesses with your strengths. A thorough and honest self-analysis will help you understand your strengths and weaknesses. To do this, create a checklist with questions like, did I achieve my goals this year? Have I always been friendly, polite and cooperative? Did I make all my decisions quickly and decisively? Then you need to compare your subjective self-analysis with your objective assessment of yourself. Ask someone who knows you best to be honest with you about your strengths and weaknesses. Reinforce your positive emotions. Our subconscious can shape us positively by providing us with strength and resilience. But it can also shape us negatively by making us pessimistic. We must train our subconscious to identify our desires and goals. We can do this by feeding our subconscious with positive and constructive feedback. Hence, we should always adopt a positive mentality irrespective of our current circumstances. We can reinforce this by surrounding ourselves with optimistic people. Successful people are resilient. Stick to your plans. When we think of people who fail, it is often due to a lack of determination. Successful people are often resilient. Millionaires are people who can make split-second decisions, but can support these decisions until they come to fruition. They are not afraid of losing money and accept losses with a pinch of salt. Successful people stick to their original plan even when obstacles arise. They give themselves space to realize their dreams. However, they should make corrections when necessary. For example, if a simple price correction would have a big impact, then they should make that change. As long as they keep their overall goal in mind, they will be able to make the right changes at the right time. How to develop persistence and endurance. Follow these rules to make consistency and perseverance a habit in your life. Set a specific goal that you are passionate about. Create a detailed plan for achieving smaller goals that will help you reach your specific goal. Don't let negativity affect your thoughts and actions. Build strong relationships with people who will support you when times are tough. You should celebrate your successes with them too. Willpower is an essential part of perseverance. If you can combine desire with willpower, you are more likely to achieve your goals. How easily you persevere depends on how passionate you are about achieving your goals. Mastermind groups encourage you to persevere even in difficult times. The 8-stage approach for persistence. Here's an 8-stage approach for cultivating persistence. Definiteness of purpose. You need to know exactly what you want as your ultimate goal. Be obsessive. Having a genuine desire for your goal means obsessing over building a fortune. Self-reliance. You must believe you can follow your plan and achieve each of your goals. Definiteness of plans. Your plans should be organized and thorough so that they are clear when things get tough. Accurate knowledge. Your plans and the corresponding goals should always be factual. County operation. You should be persistent when things get tough. Call on your mastermind and others around you to encourage you. Willpower. You should always focus your attention on seeing your plans through to completion. Persistence. Your daily behavior will become a habit and then it becomes who you are. So, by making courage a habit, you can overcome fear. The mastermind as a driving force. To accumulate money you need power. Without power it is impossible to execute your plans. There are 3 ways to accumulate power. Infinite intelligence. Gained experience. Experimentation and research. Your mastermind group is made up of members who have knowledge that you lack. You cannot gain enough knowledge alone. Organize this knowledge into concrete plans and turn it into power. Throughout history, cooperative alliances have been essential to the creation of great wealth. The collective mind produces results greater than the sum of its parts. The mystery of sex transmutation. Transformation refers to the transformation of one energy element into another. Sex is our most primitive and strongest impulse. It is the most influential energy. Sex is such a powerful desire that people sometimes risk their lives and reputations for it. But if we redirect that energy into something else, sex can be useful. This requires a lot of willpower, but the results will be positive. This does not mean that you should suppress your sexual desire. Instead, you should give this sexual energy another outlet. For example, use this energy to supplement your creative ability. Surround yourself with smart people to achieve success at scale. You need smart people to support you. A brain trust is a peer group of like-minded, intelligent people. They need to have a common goal and be motivated to further their skills. They need a management system to hold each other accountable. They are your peer group. For a brain trust to work, you need to achieve synergy. This effect occurs when two people's skills are combined to achieve a common goal. The result was greater than the sum of the brain trust's parts. Meet with these people at least twice a week. You also need to maintain harmony with each individual in the group. Each member of your group must be equally tenacious and enjoy being led by you. Final summary and review of Think and Grow Rich. There is a good reason why this book is a bestseller. It clearly explains some simple tips and tricks that will help you become rich. The theory is easy to implement and well explained. Having the right attitude and executing a workable plan is how you will achieve your goals. You also need to have the right people around you that will help boost your morale and motivation. The theory is basic and how you implement it depends on your personal goals. But this book offers great advice to anyone with big dreams. I hope you like the content of this book and you can share with others. Thank you.